Hey everybody, just wanted to say thanks for coming by to check out the video. I'm excited about this mix series that I'm going to be putting up. And if you have any questions or comments, whatever, yeah, comment section below. Subscribe, notification button, please. Also, if you want to send me a direct message on Instagram, the name is there, as well as my Twitter. You can reach me there. Those are the two social media platforms I have outside of YouTube. So feel free to hit me up with any ideas or questions, comments, whatever. Just keep the discussion on the audio stuff going, guys. I love it. So looking forward to this whole thing. So thanks for stopping by. I hope your quarantine's going well. Yeah, same here, I guess. Not much is really happening. I just wanted to go into maybe creating a series of videos on how I like to just structure my mix setup. And I mean, I've been thinking about this and just kind of wanting to go over just out of just wanting to mix and keep my chops up and really just kind of keep at it while we're in this sort of lull and crazy just downtime. So we'll get into it. I've got a Brothers tune, Ain't My Fault, from a show we did with Stapleton back in October last year. Memphis, I think, is the show, and it's the end of the set, so they do a big, they do a big jam session. Billy has a keys solo, and John takes a huge lead at the end. So it's kind of a long tune, but we can. This first video here, I think we're just going to start with the drums, and then maybe get into a little bit of the bass. But then, we'll basically just have each episode or each video, a different section of the band, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get everything put together at the end. Cool. I guess we'll just go ahead and go over a couple things about the session. This software is a Mixbus 32, Mixbus 32C. It's made here in Nashville by a company called Harrison Consoles. I'm going to be, the interface is an Apollo Twin, and I'm going to be monitoring actually through my my 64 audio, my A12Ts here. Cool. Well, let's get into it. We'll get some of these drums going. I've got it already kind of like worked out. I've done some stuff that I would basically do just on the PM10, and you can see it's pretty basic. I don't have a lot of plugins. I just have a couple gates. Harrison gives you onboard. Sorry, I'm trying to point at the screen like y'all can see it. We'll use this highlighter I got here. So Harrison gives you this dynamic section, a bus section to this routing bus, and then this 4-band parametric EQ, as well as a high and low pass on each channel. So plugin wise, they sort of tout like you don't have to use a lot of plugins on the software because we model it to sound like our analog consoles, and it saves DSP, it saves a ton of stuff, and it sounds pretty good. So let's just go ahead and have a listen. I've got everything turned on now. I guess whatever, we hear the dry stuff later as it comes in, but I'll just go over kind of the things that we've got going on. So Adam's kick, we use a 91 on the in and or 91A, sorry, 91A and a 52A on the out. So that's the 91. A little bit of EQ, some cut, around like 100. We can take it in and out here and just kind of A-B it. Just a little bit of the cloudiness out of it. Gives a little kind of, you still have that sub low, but it gives you a little bit more clarity on that top. by taking some of that low out. You can add it, go to the kick out. Same EQ, kind of the same area. I kind of like both kicks to not have that sound. You can hear that. It's Pete, you know, Pete's bass rig is basically butted right up next to Adam's riser, so a lot of those microphones are just going to inherently have this cabinet rumble in them already. So now you can, yeah, Pete's just coming in and out right there. So that's kind of where he lives, like as far as keeping in mind like ambient noise and things like that. That's kind of where he resides at. If you want to, you know, need to cut something out, I guess is a good way just to remember. Cool. Snares. Oh, sorry, wrong one. So snares are high passed. The top usually like somewhere, usually somewhere around like 250. I know it's a little high, but it just saves room for everything else. Sometimes maybe with the high pass as well. The side snare with a nice crack, don't want to really high pass that too much, but I like a nice round warm. And sometimes the crack from the bottom is too much for me, like miking the snare from the bottom. My number one preference is the port, the rim, the little air hole on the side. That's you still get the snap, but you get this great body tone from the snare that allows you to work it in. So I'll just loosen that up a little bit. Adam is so soft hands. All right, let's go. Let's just loop this. We'll get right into some jam. All right, now we're back on the first snare too, so take a look at that. Same low pass here, and then I have a little bit of high pass and a high pass, and then I have a little bit of a low pass on the bottom of that, which actually needs to go in. No EQ, just the shelves. If I roll that back out, you can just hear just some of that really high. I just kind of like to you still get the crack, you know, but it's still, you get that pop, and then combined with that, it's a nice mid-range snap too. So that's just dry, no verb. I have what else do we got here? Hats. Cool, so hats are high pass up to probably, I have to say about 300. And then there's also some of that taken out of there as well. Oh, come back. Hey, there it is. All right. Take some of that kind of out, smooth it. Same, just high pass it, get all that kind of low. You can even hear the bass guitar in it too, of course. So. rec. And we'll just kind of, well, let's loop this tom section here. So we have some EQ and a little bit of high passing going on, and we have some bussing as well on most of these. Actually, all these channels we have some bussing going on. So I guess we'll just start first with the low, or the high pass, and then pull the EQ in now. So here with the EQ, which is not bad. Wow, wow. I'm just kind of making this. It's got a little more depth to it now. No channel compression on this because I'm sending it to this Tom Crush over yonder, and it's doing all the work over here. So that's pretty much it on the rack tom. Switch over to the floors. Pretty much the same thing. No high pass, but some EQ. Boom, boom. Just some of that higher low mid stuff that's just kind of like, I don't know, does not taste very good. So you're still keeping that big low rumble of the drum, and you're hearing the attack as well, but you're just kind of getting that like, it's sort of like to me it sounds like a nasally drum kind of sound. It's just this, kind of makes my nose do this. Overheads are treated as well. They're high passed, pretty high. I go kind of overkill maybe, but I just kind of want the kind of that nice crystally wash over from them. So you can take these out and you can hear the same. I add a little bit of top end on the very, very, very tippy top. 8-9K. Just kind of adds a little bit more kind of a little more of that attack. And it's not totally hard panned like this. It's more, yeah, you can see it's more, you know, it's a little softer. Alright, so that's all the inputs for the drum kit, and then you can see over here, these are my 5 buses I've got set up here for the drum. So I've got a snare verb, that's just a true verb, Waves true verb. I just load up New York Plate, which is a pretty good snare plug-in. But I bring the room size and the distance up. It's actually, honestly, the preset is short, but the sound of it is really good. I just kind of add more of the distance and the room size in. Just grab, this guy. Yeah, tom verb too. Same thing though, true verb again, and then the balance and decay time up and down here with the Studio A is the preset. So I like the size and the distance and the dimensions of these presets, but just the length and the balance of it is just needed a little bit more. The Tom Crush, which is onboard Harrison compressor, so you can hear with and without. up just a little bit. There's also drum crush, which is the whole, everything with a head on it. So kick, snare, and the toms. Pretty high ratio on these two buses as well, 5-to-1. A lyric to a great Doors song, by the way. Cool. You can hear without and with. The crush cable maybe really brings those toms out. There's a cymbal crush as well, which is the overheads and the hi-hat. I know I'm compressing the hi-hat a little bit over here, but we use a 57 on it, so it's not very ambient or bright, so you can really kind of, it's a lot easier to control the dynamic of the hi-hat with just having the 57 on it. So lots of compression over here, lots and lots of that. We kind of want just like you get a little bit of the toms too. It's like a double bus almost, but again, high ratio, 3, not super high, but without, with. It's super punchy, super squishy. Good start. I like that drum. I like that drum sound that you got going on. Maybe even use a little bit more kick. I mean, Adam, right now, Adam is really about to dig in. But we're just at the almost part. We're just going to loop the almost part. We'll go back to this first section here. It's a nice kind of just straight down the middle, dry. Nothing fancy, just what Adam does best. Gating. Sorry, we'll go over the gating too. My fault before I forget. Slight gates across the thing. Slow release and hold. Like a longer hold, slow release, but a pretty fast attack. Really just to kind of keep the noise down. Really, that's really honestly what it's there for. It's not for any sort of trick or nothing like that. Like we take them off, you can hear the noise floor really start to come back in. You can hear the hi-hat start to come into everything. You can hear, the snare and the toms. You can hear just everything in everything. So Cool. So I like that. I like that. That's a good start. That's a good start just for maybe having like an hour into this. Uh, it's not bad. Not bad at all. It's not bad. So we'll go over just a few more things in the session here. So some of the other inputs that we're going to be working on in some of these episodes. Next, we'll do the next episode. We'll do Pete's bass. I haven't done anything to the rest of the session yet. I've only worked on just the drums. So we'll do Pete's bass as an episode. John's guitar, TJ's guitar, Jay Grom's. We'll do Grom's electric, and he's got a couple more inputs. He's got an acoustic and a banjo, um, and then a mando input as well. But I don't actually think that we're using any of those. So we're actually just gonna stick to the electric guitar for this one. Cool. Okay, so yeah, Jay guitar, Jay Grom's guitar, Billy. He's got keys and his Leslie, as well as a Rhodes solo in this. There's some vocal stuff going on. TJ even plays shaker at one point on Jay's vocal mic during Billy's solo. So you can got some crowd mics will blend in, but each one of these is going to be its own thing. So let's go back to the top. We'll just have a quick listen and see if I can remember anything that I forgot to go over. I did forget to go over one thing now that I'm looking at the screen. Let me pull this bus section back out. Okay, so Harrison also includes this little drive feature as well, and it's like a tape saturation section, or it's like a harmonic transformer. You know, it's like an analog warmer sort of drive section that comes in each one of the buses. And it sounds pretty decent if you just drive it up to nominal. It does increase the gain a little bit, but it just gives it that nice little kind of warm, kind of rounded edge feel. Cool. I think that's a pretty good start. Next episode, again, like I said, we'll start with the bass, and then we'll kind of work everything else back in, and we'll do a final mix we'll do a bus, you know, everything. We'll do a mixdown video, all that stuff. So if you have any questions, anything that you'd like me to go over again, whatever, any ways I can improve, just let me know in the comment section, and subscribe and hit that notification button, man. I appreciate everybody watching, and yeah, enjoy. Thanks again.